Hello and welcome back to yet another Universal Studios United Kingdom Resort update video. And as you can see already behind me, there's quite a lot going on. From movement on site and loads of digging and construction, to even some little markings and posts that have appeared, to some huge changes to how I'm actually going to be able to update you going forward. And even some extra information that has been revealed about this project. And I'm going to go into it all today in as much detail as I possibly can. I am very local to this site, so if you do want to keep up to date on this project, this is the place to be. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my future regular updates. With that being said, let's begin this update by heading to our usual spot first, because I didn't realize just how close this end would be. So we'll get onto this later and see you at the plank. I do this every time, yet I still haven't found a better way to get to this location. And this time, I'm not even going to fake it. I am not going to fall off. It's not going to happen. Then we've got to climb the rock wall as well. Oh, over some slates. And we're in, let's go. Oh, once again in my field shoes, going to the field. And here we go then, down on the side of the field that we normally come to, the only side we can really go to now, because they've literally shut off every other side, which is obviously a bit annoying, but at the same time, they are building a massive theme park. So I can totally understand it. And like it says on that sign, and as I've said previously, this is a footpath that we can walk along. And we can already see some stuff moving, look. Oh, this is very rough footage. I mean, oh my God, the private property sign gets worse. P.O. Literally, that thing breaks every time we come here. And as you can see from the ground level, here we are in the bottom right-hand corner of the entire site. And there's quite a lot going on that you can see from here. Excuse the wind, as you can see, as in like the weather. Not me. On the left-hand side, as you can see where that public footpath used to be, I'm focusing more on the trees. There we go. There is a load of fencing that's gone up along this side now, which we did report on last time, but I hadn't actually seen it from ground level. And there it is. And it's also gone on the other side as well, all along that bottom side. Very confusing. We still don't know if they're actually going to open up that public footpath again or not. I would place my bets on it not opening, because now it's an active construction site. Why would they want enthusiasts and people traipsing through it? But straight in front, they seem to have just expanded on that main sort of segment they were working on last time. And you've got diggers working in the distance behind those trees with some dump trucks. And we've even got 3 people working over here with some digger or something, maybe placing down road path or something. We were doing that a lot the other week, placing down like a temporary road surface so they can get machines in and out quickly rather than them getting stuck in the mud when the rain comes, because lo and behold, I've only come here today because it's going to chuck it down over the next few days. And over there you've got all the massive dirt mounds, a few vans, more pallets and stuff. And then over off in the distance, even further away, you've got more vans, more diggers and more containers, it looks like. Nope, those are just more fencing. Oh, stop zooming on the tree. That's just loads more fencing, isn't it? That's what that looks like. So yeah, just loads of stuff going on. It's so weird how it's all picked up so quickly. There is actually a dumper truck over there, moving along very slowly. Obviously picking up whatever those diggers back there are doing. Moving it along. Yeah, I'm not too sure what these guys are doing. I'm pretty sure that is just laying a temporary road. But for all I know, it could be something completely different and I'm just making a fool of myself. It's interesting to see it all from this angle though, and I'm gonna say it again, I really do hope we can still come to this place in about 5 years' time throughout the entire construction process, because they've already started making certain changes to how many updates we can actually get. And I'll go into that later. It is very interesting to see what is going on at the site, even just from around the place, like walking around through the trees, through the fences, or even down there where there's no fences, but P.O. But speaking of through the trees and the fences, that's where we're going now, to Manor Road, to look through the trees and fences. So I'm now here at Manor Road, and of course it's very busy on the actual road. You can see it behind me, wow. But it's also very busy on the field itself. And even in between the field, because you can see these red wooden posts that have appeared with these blue cross markings on it. And I have actually tried to do a bit of research to find out what that actually is, but I can't tell you what it is for certain, because nowhere online seems to have any relevance or relevant construction information on what that is. So we're just going to move on and walk towards the fences. It's very windy. I have my microphone this time, so maybe it'll be all right. I don't know. As we come past the private property no trespassing sign, to the field itself. And on the topic of that trespassing sign, I have just asked the people that are working on the site, am I in the way? Am I going to be much of a hindrance being behind the fence here? Am I allowed here? And they said, we're on the other side of the fence, so we're all good. But yeah, there's another wooden post there, making their way into the field, it seems. And then we have a dump truck working right in front of me here. This is mental how close we can get to this. They've actually layered another set of fencing in front. And this dump truck is actually heading towards that digger over there as it's digging up more dirt. Got some yellow and blue flags right there flapping away as well as the dump truck goes right past. Isn't this mental, man? The fact this is all going to be a theme park in 5 years is crazy to me even still. But probably most different, as you can see over here, we've had the mud tracks before, but there is an Altrad generation sign and then a container off in the distance with some like a bin and some stuff over there. Through the fences, there's white, red, orange flags. Oh my God, there's so many colors. All the colors of the rainbow flag. But yeah, the sun is out over what was a very muddy field, but it is drying up now. And over off in the distance, you can see a few things happening. But yeah, this is probably the closest we're gonna get for some time. Right over here as I bang my phone into the fence. A nice one. It is a very busy day today, and the reason for that isn't why I've come, because I've actually come here for a different reason. But it seems like I picked a good day because yeah, you can walk down here and see the entire field. Once again, did make sure to ask if I was invading or not, but this is completely fine to stand in front of that fence, not on the other side, this side obviously. Because we're not actually on the field and on their construction site and land. There is also a lot of like paint on the trees. Like you can see various red markings like that one there, and there's one further off in the distance. Even some like over here. God, I've turned into a tree enthusiast now, haven't I? But I am on the other side of the trees right here. There are so many cars and like trucks, vans, everything going in and out of that Manor Road sort of complex, the construction site office. As you can see through the trees right there, there's even more. Look at the trees. Up this end of Manor Road, it's gonna be a little bit more, what's the word? At one of the other no trespassing signs, as you can see, there was so much work going on in this section before, and now there's no one here. You've got some like tape off in the distance. You can see that. And I'm walking up even further towards that site entrance that we spotted being made quite a few weeks ago, and they've obviously developed since. And as you can see, oh, there's quite a lot going on down here as well. I won't get too close as they are working, but there's a digger there. They seem to be removing a lot of trees, which is interesting along this section. And then there's like a truck behind the tree. A tractor. Oh, there we go. There is actually a tractor. I messed up my words in another clip earlier and said that there was a tractor trundling down the road, but it was actually a lorry. I got truck and tractor mixed up. I'm an idiot. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of a closer look. They've put more of that black tarp up as well. So yeah, they're just removing a load of trees and stuff. Interestingly. I'm going to go from there because they're all working and I don't want to get in their way. Because I think that's why they've changed something in the sort of rules and regulations of us coming here and updating you. That's why I think they updated and changed that rule. So, you know what? Let's talk about that now. Basically, if you don't know, I'm going to do some boring news first, just before we get onto the juicy stuff. Because multiple articles are reporting saying that Universal Studios UK has moved forward with the appointment of infrastructure contractors to do with water and energy facilities being built, but we'll talk about that in the future. Don't really know why I've got two microphones. I just realised that. But we will see that begin to develop very quickly, as that will probably be built first before the actual park itself. But we will have to see that happen and be built from ground level, just like the rest of the park, because Universal Destinations and Experiences have now put in a cease and desist notice for unauthorized drone activity, and goes on to say about the operation of unauthorized drones over or near the Universal site will be prohibited. And they've even updated a page on their website to reflect this letter that you can find all around the site now. And obviously, if you've watched this series so far this year, for the past 4 episodes, we have taken a drone up and saw from above over the entire land of the park. It is completely legal to do that, but this notice is effective immediately on the 10th of March 2026, meaning flying a drone over that construction site is now prohibited. And yes, there's probably going to be a lot of debates online saying, oh, but we can still fly our drones because technically it's legal and all that stuff. I'm not bothering with it. I'm always trying to keep in line and be respectful to what Universal have put out there, such as this or the public footpaths closing. And I've spoken to so many of the construction workers whilst I've been at the site, and they're all lovely, and I just want to hear what they think. And apparently with the drone flying, some people were flying it way too low to the ground and being very invasive, to the point that there's been criminal damage done and just a huge invasion of privacy is what I keep getting told by them all. Which is why whilst I was doing it, I was flying it really high above and only zooming in digitally, so digital. And I've tried to keep this series as respectful as possible along with the field, flying that drone over as far away as possible. And if they're saying that it's now unauthorized and you can't go because it's private property and it's prohibited, as much as I am going to go on to do some research and make some contact to see if there's any more information that I can get on this situation, for now, I am going to listen to that. And we managed to see so much today anyway, that some part of me does actually think it's quite a good thing they've banned these drones, because as exciting as it was being able to see absolutely everything going on from above, going forward when they make these tall rides and tall buildings and stuff, the drones are just going to be getting in the way. And to think that from now on, as much as we don't have planning permission or anything for this, we're not really going to know what's going on inside that field. We'll only know what is happening from surrounding areas. I think it's going to make it a lot more of an exciting project to follow, because we won't know exactly what is going on. So no, that does not mean that this series is going to end or that I'm going to stop doing these videos. If anything, they'll just become even more exciting, and I'm going to hopefully upgrade to better cameras so we can zoom in more from the sidelines, unless they do stop us from going anywhere near the site, in which I'll be very confused how they've done that. And we'll just have to see the construction progress of Universal Studios UK from the ground. Although still, Universal, if you want to collab and let me onto the site, please. Either way, as another dump truck goes in the background, thank you very much for joining me here at the Universal Studios UK site. There is a lot going on, and of course a lot of news as well, which will change these updates for the future, but I think it's going to make it more exciting. We don't know exactly what's going on. We can see it from ground level, but we can't see like pinpoint accurate, oh, this is what they're digging, or they're making sure this. I think it's going to be really exciting going forward as I take one final peek at them dumping loads of dirt in the dump truck. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, subscribe so you don't miss the future updates, and I'll see you guys next time from the field. Goodbye.